Okay, if you observe here, the login will execute with all of the requests, right? Suppose if I give 20 here, 20 times also login will execute.
Oh.
Correct.
Hmm.
But in real time, you log in only once.
Hmm.
After that, we will be refreshing, updating. You go to multiple pages, multiple times. Correct.
Yeah.
But if you want to take a same act for other user, you have to log in.
Hmm.
Correct. Yeah. So, but individual user, you log in only once. And you use the existing session ID in the system automatically. Same way, if you want to do login once here for each user,
Hmm.
and so if you give iteration, right? So in the iteration, what will happen? The same user will repeat the things.
Hmm.
Right. So here I don't want to repeat the login again because in the real time that's not happening.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Hmm.
in that case, so we have to use some controller to isolate that one.
One time.
Okay. And same thing. Suppose I have 10, 20 products. So I need to repeat this add to cart 20 times. Not
Okay.
everyone, correct? You see, each API will add one product. So is giving 3 here, right? So it will add third product. Suppose now I have 20 products to add.
Hmm.
So I need to call this 20 times.
Okay.
So while recording with 20 times product, right? So it will also record 20 times. Otherwise, okay, the format is 3 here. So what I will do, I'll simply copy and paste and I'll give the number here, ID number 4, 5, 10, whatever it is. Okay.
Okay.
So at the time, if I give 20, all the APIs will hit 20 times. But I want to only hit this particular race 20 times.
Hmm.
That's one use case. Other use case is if you go through payment, right? We have credit card, debit card, EMI, gift card, wallet, lot of options will be there. So if you record only one flow and if you do a load test, that particular flow will be recorded and the load will be on that particular flow only.
Hmm.
So what you have to do, we have to cover other flows as well. Based on
Okay.
priority, like if credit card users mostly now their applications, so at least 60% credit card, 30% debit card, 20% wallet, kind of.
Okay.
So if you want to control the request in that way also, we need a logic controller. So here with our existing system, right, we don't have that option.
Okay.
Correct. Can you control with existing option? No. Everything will execute automatically. Okay.
Hmm.
For like these type of different use cases in the real time, right? These are like only few examples we discussed. But in the real time, you will face different scenario, different requirement. So to make that requirement suitable in JMeter, we have to use a logic controller and logic controller. So these controllers will help us to achieve that part. Okay. So logic control nothing but it will control the request in a given logic or based on what are the logic they define. Okay. So now let's see. The first thing is we'll discuss simple control. Okay. Suppose see these login page 28, login page 29 are the two requests of login page. Correct. Same as like in real time for each page, it's not equal to one API. There could be 3 or 4 or 10 APIs could be there from each page. Suppose so if you identify the page wise request. So these two are the add to cart. So this simple application, that's why we have each page ke liye, we have one API. But in the real time, you might see at least 5 to 6 APIs for one page. So now, and you have very big script. So how we will differentiate page wise? So that's where we will add a simple controller. Right click, insert parent, logic controller, simple controller. See, we can do, see, this is one way, insert parent. Otherwise, we can add a simple controller and we can drag it. Let me do this. So this is simple controller, right? Same as like, or let me drag here. So this simple controller will do nothing. It's simply like differentiating our script only. So results, reports, everything will be same. But in our script side, if you want to differentiate based on things, then we'll mention it. Login page. Okay. Otherwise, what is the other option is right click, add logic controller, simple controller. Okay, it came here. So simply we'll add to some particular product and we'll do that like this. Insert parent also one option. Here also this is also one option. Anyway, it's same. Whatever the comfort prefer, we'll do that. Okay. So if I run this now, it will be same as like a earlier one. Nothing will happen. Let's go to the rest. Okay. It won't differentiate or it won't affect anything. But for our scripting side, this will helpful. Simple controller. That's why it's simple. Nothing, it won't do anything. Okay. So now, next one. So now, if I ask you, what is the login page response time? What you will do? So we'll calculate all the login pages. 716 plus 783. That's where you tell login page response time. If I add to cart response time, then you will add this one. See, first I want to know page wise response time. Then once I understood the page, then I will go to APIs. Correct. Generally, this page how much, this page how much, that we want will discuss. No, this scenario how much response time. So here, if I ask you, can we get that direct number here? No, right? It's like we have to add and we have to do. So every time we can't do that, na. So that's why to group the request based on a page wise, we'll use a transaction control. Let me add transaction control to add to cart. So what this will happen, na? It will group the request. See, I kept these two, right? Now if I run it, it will show group in the transaction control. Let's see. See, it displays add to cart 37, 39, and again transaction controller with sums these two 1306, 627, 679, 1306. See, same as like this will display in table as transaction controller 1306. Sum of these two. So if you want page wise, na, so we will use transaction controller and we'll group everything, whatever the page related, and we'll keep there, and we'll get the page one directly. Correct. But if you observe here, now this is duplicating the request. Correct. We have this one, and again we have this one. We should not have this two items, right? We should have either one. Because what happens due to this, and if we go to our aggregate report, see, our this should be 11, but it's showing 12, and all our average will be changing now due to this double values. See, we want some, but we don't want to duplicate the values, na? So in that case, just go transaction controller, just click on generate parents. Okay, so if I run it now, if you click on generate parent sample, it will group it. It won't display separate one. See, now it display transaction controller in that it will display like this. So it won't duplicate now. Let's go to aggregate report. See, now it's showing only 10. And instead of add to cart 2 request, it will display this one. Nothing but it's simply clubbing. If you do this one.
Okay.
Okay. So mostly we'll be using this transaction control in the real time. So because this will help us to club the group page wise request or scenario wise request. Correct. A simple control will do simple in this left scripting side only, but not in the reporting side. Whereas transaction controller, it will help us to report the data in that one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so now see in JMeter, right? I can't add a sampler to sampler. Correct. So right click, add. I can't see sampler here because that's sampler. Otherwise, same as if I right click, add. I can't add listener to listener, but you can add controller to controller. So this is a controller, right? Add. You can get a controller.
Logic.
Okay. So control to control only thing component you can do. Other component you can't do that duplication.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose now update the quantity and need to test with 5 times. So I want to execute this API only 5 times, not everything else. So then I will do add insert parent, logic controller, loop controller.
Okay.
So what this do, like loop count we have, right? Same thing. So, but it will execute based on this number. Let's do 3. So everything else will remain based on that group numbers, but this will run extra 3 times of this quantity. Okay. So now we give 1 right? Everything will run 1 time. So loop counter is also like request to the red group. So this will execute 1 time as given, and inside that it has 3. So it will execute 3 more times, 1 into 3. Okay. Now tell me how many times update the quality page will run.
3 into 2, 5 times.
3 into 2. No. So 3 into 2, 6 times loop control execute. But again, we have 1 more 3 here. So 3 into 2 into 3. So 18 times update quantity page will run. Okay, because loop control is like request only for that group. Kind of request. So 6 times it will execute by default. So again, we have 1 more 3, right? For this update quality page. So it will run 18 times. Okay. Yeah. Now
2, 6 times.
6 times. So whether it will be loop counter thread number, this will execute that number of times. So it will loop again. Okay. So this is a loop controller. Okay. Next one. Random controller. So suppose if you go to any card page, right? We have the main flow, whereas login, product, checkout, add to cart, logout. But in the real time, apart from that, people will go other sites like seller page, gift space, contactors page, help desk, kind of, correct. The load will be throughout on the server, but more percent of the load will be few items, like the main items, that we call main business flow. Right. And other example is the payment section. So we have credit card, debit card, EMI, and all things, right? So if you record only credit card, if you run with 1,000 users, all 1,000 will go the credit card only. But in the real time, few will go credit, few will debit. It's like randomly.
Yeah.
Yes. So in that, what we'll do, we'll record all the flows, okay, and we'll club in a one controller, like credit card section, like one transfer controller, keep it, and again we'll record debit card flow, and we'll keep one transaction controller. And now all these transaction controller sets, we'll keep it again random controller. So what random controller will do, it will execute in that one with different side. So let's see. Let's create a new script, better, much clearly for this controller. Thread group and sampler, HTTP request. Let's create. It's a one. So currently we'll concentrate only on the request, right? That's why I'll give some dummy data for all the things. So we have two, three, four, 8. Okay. So I want to pass data, right? So what I will do simple, I will go config element, user defined where or HTTP request defaults. So by default, if it is empty now, what it will do? It will mark. Okay. So what will happen as HTTP request defaults? Whenever there is a blank, it will pick up the data from request defaults.
Okay.
So let me add a listener to test it. Let me say. So let's check whether everything is running or not. Okay, something is running. Okay, it's working. So now let's see. Now let's add a controller. Forget about the application now. We will concentrate only on the request wise. Logic controller, random controller. So in the random, I will put 4. Okay. So the 4 requests are on random controller, right? So if I run it now, see, out of that 4, only one request got executed. See, the 5, 6, 7, 8 are normal. They're outside, so that will execute as it is. But out of this 4, only one came out. Which is request 4. So if run again, see now what I got.
1.
So randomly it will hit one of the 4.
Okay.
Like how in the real time, how people will hit use it, na? See now we got 2. So I won't be clearing results so that we can compare. Let me run again. See now again got 2. It's random, right? We can't say that next time 2 won't come. Anything will come. Again if I run it. See this time 3 came. So out of 4 or out of 100, whatever the number, right? It will give only one output. So here we'll put our different section, no? So dynamically it will pick up randomly. So it could be anything so that our application load will be distributed across all the pages. Okay. Right. So this is random controller. Now let's see random order controller. Okay, let me put this 6, 7, 8 war there. So can you tell me the difference? What could be the random order controller? Hello.
Yeah, Ravi, yeah.
Yeah, what could be random order controller would do? Just guess based on the name.
Huh. We can't guarantee that after 6 only 7 will execute, after 7 only 8 will execute. Like
Yeah,
anything
uh,
can execute
correct.
first.
Almost. So by default in JMeter, all the requests like execute in a sequential manner.
Hmm.
Correct. Whatever the flow is there, it will record that flow. But with random order, it will execute everything but in different order.
Okay.
So four out of this four came, and the 5 is direct one, 5 is direct one. Now say 8, 6, 7.
Hmm.
Okay, in the random controller, it will execute only one, but in the random order, it will execute all, but in a different order. Let me run again. See now 786. See how this will helpful, right? If you are going for higher load, na, so if you kept like normal flow, all this will go to that flow only. First login, first this one, that's the same flow. If one user got stuck at some particular flow page, all others will stuck at. So that your load pattern will be same. So, but in a real time, right, the load will different. One user will go home page, another will go product page, one will go different pages. It's not like same flow. So to mimic that different flow, that change the pattern, now we'll use this controller.
Okay.
So instead of regular order, it will keep on changing for each and every user, because 100 users, right? For each user, it will different flow, so that our load will be distributed in a different way. Okay, random order. Okay, now next one. And once only controller. Once only controller. So as I told you right earlier, if I want to execute only for user one time, that's where once only will come. Yeah, so I kept here. Let me change the names. 9, 10. Okay, so let's disable other things, right? So to avoid confusion, let me disable this random and random controller. So we have only 5 requests and once only made this one. Okay, so if I run it, see the 5 came out, so that's right. And remaining 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 as it is. No difference, right? Because I kept here only 1. Whereas if I give loop count as 3, then what should happen? All the requests on that group should hit 3 times. That's what, right? 3 went. I mean 1 into 3, 3. So everything should execute 3 times. But if I run it now,
once.
see 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, again 5, 5. But it didn't trigger again 9 to 12.
Okay.
Observe, right? It execute only one time because you have given users as 1. So this once only controller will loop only the user number, not loop count. Suppose if I give 3 here, 2 here, na? So once only will execute 2 times because it had 2 users. See 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 15. And again, request 5 will execute 2 into 3, 6 times. say 1, 2, 6 times request file. But this once only will respond to user number.
Okay.
Okay, not loop count. Even though you give 100 or 1000, this won't respond. This will respond to only your users. So in the real time, right? So whereas like the login scenario or some few things which you want to execute only for the user base, for each user, not for every loop iteration. Loop is nothing but iteration, no? So at that time we'll use once only control. Okay. Yeah. Now let's see, add one. Add logic controller, interleave controller. So this is a kind of opposite to once only, not exact. Let's see. I'm adding same request here. Let me disable this one. So interleave is, see, once only respond to your thread group, right? Same as interleave will respond to loop count.
Okay.
So loop count. This won't respond to user. Well,
User,
let's see how it will respond. Suppose let me give one user 3. Let's run. Five will come, obviously. See what happens. The first time the 9 came, first loop. Second loop 10. Third loop 11. You are given through 3 loop.
Hmm.
So what it happens is interleave. For each loop, it will allocate one request. So the 5 will come 3 times by default, correct?
Hmm.
1, 5, 1, 2, 3. But whereas this interleave will respond only to loop. So 3 times means for each loop it will give 1. First loop 9, second loop 10, third loop 11. It's alternatively. You know, understood, right? Interleave. So 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
But general what happened? 3 loop 1 3 means they should execute 3 times, right?
Hmm.
By default. But here no, it will execute only one, that too only per loop. Suppose if I give more users, let's give 2 users. Same again for each user. See, first user loop, first user 9, second user 9. Again 10, 10, 11, 11. Suppose see we have how many we have 6, right? If I give 7, 7 means what we have, like for each loop now 1 will come. What is about 7th loop? There is no request, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
then the 9 will repeat again, the first one.
Fine. Okay.
Each loop it will go 1. So for the 7th loop it will repeat again from the starting. Okay. So interleave will use like few test cases. Suppose suppose we want to test like a different record for every time. So at that time we'll use interleave so that it will only pick up that one request only one time, not repetitive
Okay.
for a single user. Correct. Okay. It's clear, right? Interleave.
Hmm.
Next. So in the suppose see as I recorded add to cart page, right? So what happens, even the product is there or not, your JMeter will execute it and it will get failed. If the product is not available in the real time at the time of script running, so what happens? JMeter doesn't know, right, that the product is there or not. Whatever record it will run. So you try to
Yeah.
add to cart it and the application will throw error because the product is not available.
Hmm.
If product is there, your script will pass. If product is not there, script will fail.
Yeah. True.
Correct. So here we are getting unnecessary error percentage. See, why we are doing performance testing? To pick up the errors before when we want to production. So we should get the errors. What is the real time errors? Like the server error kind of, but not scripting errors. So we need to avoid, right? If the only products are there, then only we should buy it. So
Yeah.
otherwise we have to skip it. So our script should be such a dynamic and should be robust manner. So to do that much of actions, we have to if controller. Okay. No, I'm stopping this meeting of this time, bro. Just log in again. Okay.
Okay.